rendered. All right. So let's continue with our coverage. And another developing story is that the High Court has extended interim orders stopping the Ministry of Health from importing 500 doctors from Tanzania. The case will now be mentioned on the 5th of June. The case, which was to be heard this morning, was postponed following the failure by parties to respond. 5 Kenyan doctors went to court seeking to block the government from recruiting Tanzanian doctors. They argued that there are trained medics in the country who are unemployed. They also want the government compelled to absorb 1,400 medical practitioners who are currently jobless but are trained and qualified. Let's now link up with my colleague, Dr. Mercy Korir, joining us from our City Center studio. Mercy, thank you very much for joining us. So who are these people who did not respond to this, to what was needed to be responded to, owing to the postponement of this case?
Good morning, Betty. Well, there are two parties that had not responded today. That was the Medical Practitioners and Dentists Board that had not filed a response to the applicants, and the Kenya Medical Practitioners and Dentists Union, who are interested parties. The case that was filed at the Employment and Labor Relations Court was by 5 doctors on behalf of what they say other 1,400 doctors that they say are jobless. So today, because the two parties had not responded to the applicants, the case was postponed to be mentioned again on the 5th of June, 2017. So what we gathered was that the Council of Governors, in their response, has stated that these 5 applicants are actually not medical officers and they are not dentists, so they had no reason to make the applications whatsoever. The union, on the other hand, and the doctors have insisted that, well, they are medical doctors, they are medical officers, and they are dentists who are duly registered by the medical board. Two, the Council of Governors said that the union had provided a list of 125 doctors that had not been employed and not the 1,400 that they say are jobless. The union has maintained that, well, these 5 are just a representative of the 1,400 doctors that are unemployed. So the Council of Governors has maintained that, well, the County Public Service Board are the ones that have the honors to employ doctors, and they have not made any attempts or any moves whatsoever to employ any foreign doctors. So actually, there's no matter here because the County Public Service Board have not made any attempts to make any employments. Two, they said that what has been going on between the government of Kenya and the Republic of Tanzania are just discussions on employing foreign doctors, and, well, no doctors have actually been employed. So this is a matter that will be argued on the 5th of June. The Public Service Commission, on the other hand, have said they have not received any request from the government or any application to hire any foreign doctors. So in their response, they see no case in this matter because they have not received any application to hire foreign doctors. And two, they say that they have no knowledge whatsoever of 1,400 doctors that are jobless, and they said they will look into this. And furthermore, they said that, well, when they get that request to hire foreign doctors, they will adhere to the 2016 HR manual that states clearly that Kenya shall not employ non-citizens when they are citizens who are duly qualified for the posts that are being advertised. Betty.
So are we likely to see the absorption or the employment of these 1,400 doctors because they are qualified and they are jobless? So with this whole case, even not considering, the case to do with the Tanzanian doctors, are we likely to see maybe later on that the other doctors who are qualified but jobless will actually be employed?
Well, there are two matters here. In the application that was made by the 5 doctors on the 30th of March, the court had issued orders of mandamus compelling the government, that's the national government and the county governments, to employ the jobless doctors. So if we are to go by the court order, yes, they should be employed. Two, the the two arms of government, that's the national government and the county governments, have said that employment is subject to vacancies being available and budgetary allocations. And they have been saying, and it's what we had throughout the 100-day strike, is that they were cash-struck, they were short of resources to employ more doctors or to absorb more doctors. So if they make the necessary budgetary provisions, then we'll probably see employment of these 1,400 doctors. And in around June, July, we expect that about 700 medical doctor interns, that's medical officers, dentists, and pharmacists will finish their internship. This will increase the number of jobless doctors that need to be absorbed or to be employed by the county government. So we are yet to see. Hopefully by the 5th of June, when we go back for the mention, then the counties will have made some attempt to employ these jobless doctors, or some move would have been made by the national government or the county government to employ these doctors. So Betty, what we are seeing now is just a matter of watch and see what the two levels of government will do.
Very much, Dr. Masikori, for that update. All right, so we continue with our coverage here, and the